in 1872, at 20 years old, Martha joined the Army as a scout, which was a job only men could hold at the time. And Martha was able to get away with this because she was, quote, disguised by male clothing, and also worked under a fake name. It was at this time that Martha earned the nickname she became famous for, Calamity Jane. Now here's the story according to Martha. When she was in the Army, she and her squadron were sent out to stop a Native American uprising. They were out in battle for several days, and a few soldiers were killed along the way. Now at one point, Martha and the guys were ambushed. They all climbed onto their horses to get the hell away. But Martha saw that her captain had been shot, and he was losing consciousness and was about to fall off his horse. So Martha turned her horse around and galloped back to her captain as fast as she could. She was like dodging enemy fire the whole way. So she got there just in time to catch her captain before he fell to the ground. She then lifted him onto her horse and then rode away to safety. While he was recovering back at the fort, her captain allegedly said, "I name you Calamity Jane, the heroine of the plains." Now, this is a story that Calamity told. Now, others believe she got the nickname because she would warn men that they would court Calamity if they offended her. She was essentially threatening to ruin them if they bothered her. So I kind of love that too. Unfortunately, Martha was fired from the Army when they discovered that she was in fact not a man. I know, it's like Mulan, kinda. And when the media finds out that she's a woman, that's when they started creating wild stories about her. And she's like, yeah, I did that. And she starts to lean into this Calamity Jane persona. Karen R. Jones, author of The Many Lives of Calamity, said Martha was well known in the, quote, rough and ready settlements of the Western Plains for dressing in men's clothes, a taste for liquor and wanderlust, and a tendency to shoot off her mouth and her guns. I'll tell you what, Calamity Jane sounds like a good time, am I right? Great. By 1876, America was about to fall in love with Calamity Jane. That year, she moved to Deadwood, South Dakota. This would become the place she called home for the rest of her life. People were striking gold around Deadwood, so Calamity found work there driving big wagons and hauling equipment to mining camps. Local news reporters who were covering the gold strikes lost their minds when they saw Calamity. I mean, here was this tall woman, dressed like a man, and doing work for a man. This was very shocking at the time. One journalist who met her said she, quote, has the daring and courage of the lion or the devil himself. So these reporters started publishing accounts of Calamity Jane in the paper, and people loved the stories about her. And then a writer named Horatio N. McGuire wrote a booklet called The Black Hills and American Wonderland. In this booklet, he wrote a vivid account of this wild woman of the West, and it launched Calamity Jane to national fame. So her story was for sure exaggerated and sensational, but people don't care, you know? This woman was real, and she was as daring as a devil, and that's all that mattered.